This is recording 595. That is 595. Okay, so I have a lot of recordings to make, but I'm just going to get this one out there because it's based on a crime that Gene Roberts just committed in Montana. So this is what I can figure out in it that she's done. She committed this crime, obviously. I mean, it's complete lunacy. Okay, so... Alright, so there was a shooting in Montana at a place called the Owl Bar. And there was someone named Michael Paul Brown that was involved. And then I believe there were 4 people killed, and I believe there is someone at large at Ford F-150. Now, you know Gene Roberts is the quote-unquote team captain. She claims she's the captain of police in Tulsa. There is no captain of police in Tulsa. There is a chief of police. She runs her little con. And there's a whole, like, I just found out there's not only a little Ford team, but there's also a cookie team, or a cookie or a cook team, but it's cookie. They are all a part of Gene Roberts, Charles Manson occult. They are all helping her commit crimes everywhere. Okay, so how do I give backdrop on some of this? Okay, so I decoded in, where was I at? In Slidell or in Texas? I can't remember if I decoded this when I was in Slidell or when I was in Texas. Okay. No, I was in Slidell, because I was in Slidell. She's trying to blank my brain. I was in Slidell. Okay, I was living in Slidell, Louisiana. So, anyway, I decoded, there was a shooting in El Paso. Okay, Gene Roberts committed that shooting. She did the shooting, and she involved the Ku Klux Klan. They were involved with her. Okay, now, anyway, I decoded the whole thing out. So in this bit of decode, okay, the decoded ciphers that I did of hers, okay, Gene Roberts, she's a gunny sacker. Okay, what that means is she buys babies. She thinks she owns them. She thinks she can do anything she wants to them. She's said it a million times before, and if you're in her circle, she'll tell you all damn day long. She doesn't care. She owns babies. She owns children. She can do anything she wants. She can control their lives. She can abuse them. She can do whatever she wants. And when she wants to kill them, she kills them. They could end up being grandparents or great-grandparents. They might not even make it past 18. They may not make it past 5. They may not even make it past 1. It just was whatever she wants to do. So anyway, I'm a gunny sacking victim, okay, of Gene's. And I've explained that in all the recordings, all right? So anyway, when I was decoding this, there was, she did a whole thing on the bough breaking, okay? What is that nursery rhyme? Rockabye baby in the tree, when the bough breaks, the cradle will fall, and all that. Okay, so it decodes out. She put in, she loves to tear apart nursery rhymes. The nursery rhymes already start out tore up. She's just building on to them, okay? So anyway, so she takes this and she's got it just tore to heck and back. And she is referring to the bow, okay, which ends up being bow, like bowing to a king, which ends up being bow of a boat, which ends up being, she even refers to the bra of a car. She, you know, the little thing you put over the headlights on the car, and you know how obsessed she is with headlights. And then it goes to braziers. Now, since then, I mean, it's a whole big old freaking Ku Klux Klan thing, okay? She thinks she's like she's in her 70s, okay, and she thinks that she is just Madam freaking, well, she is the Washington Madam. But I mean, she wanted to start up her own little thing here in Tulsa, and she got people sucked into her crap, and some of them are still heavily sucked into it because she keeps telling them, you can commit any crime you want, you can do anything you want, you get away with anything, you're above the law. So the women are just as bad as the men. They just go do whatever the hell Gene says, and Gene says, you cannot listen to Christina, you can't find out what she's decoding, you listen to me, you do what I say. Just do what I say, do everything I say. And she tries to lock Hollywood into that shit. But they don't listen to Gene anymore. I mean, a lot of people don't. They know exactly what Gene's up to. Because if you listen to what I'm saying, then you find out Gene Roberts is guilty. And then Gene Roberts doesn't get away with anything. And all Gene Roberts wants to do is to commit crime and blame it on everyone else. And then act like she's the victim and act like somebody told her to do it. Okay, she's been stalking people for 60 years. She's had access to artificial intelligence she stole 60 years ago. There's a lot of damage that can be committed in 60 years, and she's committed it. She is a professional con. She is a terrorist. She is a trafficker. So anyway, so the El Paso shooting, she did the El Paso shooting, and then that connects also to her doing the Gabby Gifford shooting. It also connects to her doing the Steve Scalise shooting. And for you guys who don't know, Steve Scalise is, I don't know if he's in office anymore, but he was Louisiana. He was a senator for Louisiana. And he was shot, and he's crippled now. And Gene Jernigan Roberts is the one who shot him. She's very obsessed with people with the name Steve. If your name is in the Holy Bible, forget about it. Run the other direction. Gene Roberts is a Satanist, and she's very, very obsessed with people's names from the Holy Bible. And she's got her favorites. She collects names. Okay, she's a serial killer. She is a terrorist. Anyway, so now back to, so in here in Tulsa, she went and lied to a bunch of people trying to do her little her Charlie's Angels freaking stint. And she tried to, she did this like a couple of weeks ago. She said, from now on, and they even said this again today in my brain, she goes, from now on, you're going to be blamed for the El Paso shooting, Christina. And they literally tried to start blaming me for doing the El Paso shooting. I mean, these people are fucking lunatics. Gene Jernigan Roberts, the ones that they're taking orders from, did the El Paso shooting. Oh yeah, and it also connects to Sopapias. She encoded Sopapias in that, and then that goes to the soap code. You see all soap code. It goes to the U.S. Postal Service and all that. And then Ted Kaczynski, goes on and on and on and on. Like 3 or 4 pages of it. It's very, very intense. Some of it is really, really old. Anyway, so she did that shooting. So anyway, so they go, so you're going to be blamed for it, Christina. I mean, these are like the stupidest fucking people ever. I mean, they are literally the stupidest fucking people. It's like, you know Dumb and Dumber? The movie Dumb and Dumber, the 2 guys? It's like dealing with those kind of guys. The 2 guys, Jim Carrey and the other dude. And then it's like dealing with women that are just like the guys. And then they go lie to everybody else. They spread fucking lies everywhere. She's even impersonating F words in my sentences. I mean, they're stupid. Anyway, so people are pretty much wise to this. So Anyway, they said in my brain a little while ago, they said, because I've decoded probably over 1,000 of crimes that Gene Roberts has committed, and they go, we're at the police station and we're like trying to get you charged for committing 2,000 crimes. We're going to charge you for them. And then somebody tried to interrupt and say, no. And they're trying to tell me to fucking ignore the fucking dipwads. And then they're like, excuse me, what? At the person saying, no. I mean, they're freaking idiots. Anyway, so they tricked people into using bras, okay, females' bras, as some sort of like, and lipstick and fingernail polish as some sort of symbolism to use to have your little mic drop moment. Make sure your bra's hanging up. Make sure you have your lipstick on. Maybe put some nail polish here. Put something like girly. And she literally tricked women into trafficking themselves and into doing that shit. And it was all over Tulsa for a while. And I'm just like, you guys are listening to a white supremacist. She is a terrorist. She is a Satanist. She is a trafficker. She's like totally freaking hustled and tricked you. And I'm just like, I don't know. I'm like, I can't believe this. Like, I cannot believe this. So anyway, more recently, she's tried to do that again. And then I'm like, no, Ku Klux Klan, you're not going to get away with that. I know what you've done. I know the crimes you've committed. You're not getting away with that. So people are pretty much on to this now. But this is how it's been. So it might also connect other crimes that have been committed if you see bras and lipstick and nail polish, little mic drop things. You know who did it, Gene Roberts and her Manson occult. Anyway, so this crime was at the name of the bar was called the Owl Bar. Okay, so what she's making a reference to, and this is complete syrup. It is all Gene. And you can tell her antic here. Make it over syrupy. So it seems like somebody else did it pretending to be me. And then I'll just wink, wink, and nod, nod. And then I'll just da-da-da-da-da-da. Gene Roberts committed this crime. It's filled with syrup. Okay, so the Owl Bar, and you know her reference to owl, right? So she's referring to Illuminati NWO with owl. I don't use owl for that, which probably pisses her off which is like, this is the stupidest thing in the world to say. Because I'm just like, I know that's how she uses it, but in my brain and mental telepathy, I use it as in, you're not going to be the owl unless you freaking know everything. You're not going to claim you're something that you're not when you're just running around following Jean around like the Pied Piper, doing everything she says. So anyway, and the people that know everything are people that know what Jean's up to. They know all my reports against Jean. They're demanding to know why Jean's not being arrested and why I'm not in a witness protection program, why I'm allowed to be being stalked by Gene Roberts and her Manson occult, why my children aren't in a witness protection program. They demand to know what's going on, and they go find out what's going on. Those people would be what you would call owls. Anyway, so when I lived in Loda, Illinois, I lived at 142 Iroquois Trail, if this will help you figure anything else out. So when I lived in Loda, Illinois, my ex-boyfriend, his name was John, Jon, see all decode. He always used to go to a bar there on Highway 45 called the Owl's Nest. So what she did is she connected the Owl's Nest to the Owl Bar. So this is what comes out of it, okay? So it's BWRAST. So button, then bra, then bra nest. She's probably doing something with Brainy Smurf too, I bet you. Then Brawnet, and then BRA space net, like Brawnet, like Dragnet, but it's Brawnet. Then Baron next. So you can tell this is Jean. You know how obsessed she is with everybody else's children. I suggest she go focus on her son, Jesse. But she's trying to control her speech. She doesn't care about anyone or anything. All she'll do is steal what you're recording, thinking nobody around the world hears it, and go portray herself as a victim, pretending to be held hostage somewhere or some damn dumb shit. Okay, so anyway, so Baron next in it, which is Donald Trump's son's name. Then Braniff is in it. Okay, and then Braniff is an airline. Then Toblerone is in it. Okay, Toblerone is a triangle candy that my ex-boyfriend used to eat all the time. Brawl is in it, which is why he chose the Owl Bar. Bratwurst is in it. Weber is in it. Webster is in it. Beware Street is in it. And then she goes on giving warnings on behalf of people. You know how she loves to give warnings on behalf of everyone. Beware of Marines. Beware of Iran. Beware of Rastafari. Beware of Texas. Beware of Louisiana. Beware of Lake Pontchartrain, which she's saying Pontchartrain Drive there. And then obviously there's a reference to snake terrorism and brown cicla. Last night she put in my brain that she was going to drop a snake on the roof of my house. And they said, no, you're not dropping a snake on the roof of the house. Everybody knows there's snakes all over the place underground. The whole world knows it. And they know that Gene Roberts is the constructor and the executor, the breeder. They know that this is Gene Roberts' terrorism. They don't care who she blames. It makes me sick to watch her blame people, because I explained to you everything that she's done, and you know as well as I know, this is Gene's doing. So anyway, that's the end for this recording.